Good morning, committee members and other parties of interest. The Reconvened Evaluation Committee meeting for RPS 24-24728 Traffic Management Center Engineering Services, CCNA, for the Engineering and Operations Department will be held by means of communications media technology. Active participation will be for committee members only. Provisions have been made for members of the public desiring to have access to view the meeting. Public attendees must remain on mute. For the record, this meeting is being recorded, and the recording will be available after the meeting has ended. Please be advised that the cone of silence is still in effect and shall end the earlier of 5 business days after the county posts its notice of intention to award the contracts associated with this solicitation, or on the date the procurement solicitation is canceled by the county. All questions, comments, and concerns must be directed to my attention and my attention only. My name is Lisa Demina, and I am the senior buyer for this project. Again, for the record, this meeting is being recorded and has been publicly noticed. At this time, I will ask each committee member to introduce themselves for the record, beginning with the committee chairperson, Brian.
Morning, I'm Brian Zayas, chairperson of the evaluation committee, and I work in the TMC.
Mike Flick, traffic engineering. Rafael de Dios, TMC.
Presentations from today will be evaluated and scored based upon the following criteria. Criteria 1, ability of firm and its professional personnel, 45 points. Criteria 2, firm's experience with projects of a similar size and type, 35 points. Criteria 3, firm's willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements, 10 points. Criteria 4, effect of firm's recent, current, and projected workload, 5 points. Criteria 5, effective project team location on the project, 5 points. Criteria 6 through 9 were already established. We are now at the scoring phase of this meeting. Both firms have presented, and we will now proceed with the consensus scoring of the oral presentations. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to the committee chairperson. Scoring.
Thank you. So after considering today's presentations and the questions that were asked to the posters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the criteria of each firm, and then we're going to discuss whether or not we're going to have a consensus of changing the points or keeping the same score. Okay. Any questions? So we're going to start with iTerrace. On the criteria A1, which is the ability of the firm and its professional personnel, we had a consensus score of 43 out of 45. I think that we should keep the same score of 43. That's what I have right now. Mike.
Remain the same, keep it the same. All remain the same.
Okay. So for criteria A1, we're going to keep consensus score of 43 for iTerrace. Okay. Moving on to criteria A2, firm's experience with projects of similar size and type. We had a consensus score of 32 out of 35. I think we should keep the 32 points as well.
I agree, remain, keep it the same. I think it's here too. Yep.
So we're going to keep a consensus score of 32 on criteria A2. Moving on to A3. Firm's willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements. We had a previous score of 9 out of 10. I believe we should keep the 9 points as well.
I agree.
Right. So do we have a consensus score of 9 for A3. For A4, which is the effect of firm's recent, current, and projected workload, We added 5 out of 5 consensus score. I think we should keep that as well.
Agree.
So on A4, we're gonna keep the consensus score of 5, please. And then for the last one, which is the effect of project team location, which is criteria B1, I have a 5 points score. I would like to keep my 5 points, given the team location score count.
Is everyone in agreement with these scores?
Yes.
Right, so now we move to Parsons. And considering today's presentation as well, we're gonna start with criteria A1, which is the ability of the firm and its professional personnel. We had a consensus score of 37 out of 45. I believe we should keep 37. That's my score. What do you have, Mike?
I'll keep it the same.
Rafael?
I'll keep it the same.
Okay, so we do keep the consensus score of 37 out of 45 on criteria A1. Criteria A2, which is the firm's experience with projects of similar size and type. After today's presentation, I do believe that we should keep the 27 consensus score out of 35.
Okay, agree.
So on A2, we're gonna keep 27. Okay. On A3, which is the firm willingness and ability to meet schedule and budget requirements, we had a previous score of 7 out of 10. I think we should keep the 7 consensus score.
Agree.
So for A3, we have 7, and then A5, which is the effect of firm's recent current and productive workload. I do believe we should give them the maximum 5 points, which is the previous consensus score, so it's 5. 5.
Agree.
Yeah. We're gonna keep 5 out of 5 for A4. Okay. And on the last one, which is the effect of project team location. I had a previous score of 3 out of 5. I still believe that there's some resources that are not local to Hillsborough that will have a effect. So I do believe that we should keep the 3 out of 5 score for B1.
Is everyone in agreement with these scores?
Yes. Yes.
Criteria 6 through 9 were previously established and remain the same. For criteria 6, volume of work, Iteris 0 points, Parsons Transportation Group 5 points. For criteria 7, past performance rating, Iteris 5 points, Parsons Transportation Group 3 points. For criteria 8, DMZWBE participation, Iteris 5 points, Parsons Transportation Group 5 points. For criteria 9, equal opportunity affirmative action questionnaire, Iteris 4 points, Parsons Transportation Group 1 point. Since we have all of the scores, I will now announce the final consensus score for each company. For Iteris Inc., final consensus score is 108 points. For Parsons Transportation Group Inc., final consensus score is 93. Brian, please send the evaluation summary and department recommendation on how you want to proceed. I will consider the meeting completed, and we will get the recording of the meeting posted as soon as possible. I will complete the spreadsheet for the final consensus scoring and print it before you leave so that I can obtain everyone's signature. Please give me a few minutes to get this done. I will now close the meeting, and I thank you all for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.